Well, good evening, agents. Had a great stream today. A lot of interesting things going on. First one and foremost, and I don't know if it's on purpose, on accident, because I didn't think this was going to happen until 1.8, but I can confirm that all exotics are dropping in the Dark Zone currently today, as we speak. I saw MDR, I saw Barrett's chest piece, I saw Pharaoh's mask. Short bow knee pads, I picked up in a Historian. So get in there, guys, start farming. I had a lot of requests to go over my current favorite build, and so I'm going to do that right now. And I was running a Reckless chest piece because I like to do as much damage as possible. However, I figured out that the Reckless actually isn't the best thing to use, and I'm going to show you why. So, first thing we're going to do is get into it. I'm going to show you my Barrett's chest piece versus my Reckless. Now, similar stats, exact same mods on them, okay? 267 with health. So what I want to do here, actually, hang on. I'm going to put it on. All right, I'm going to put the Reckless chest piece on. Now remember, I've told you many times, base damage is all you really care about. So 27.8 base damage with the Reckless chest piece. However, I'm taking in an extra 10% damage, which really, really hurts. You actually get that 10% damage multiplier even when you're going into a contaminated event. But again, remember, 28.7, okay? Or 27.8, excuse me. Let's go back to my Barrett's chest piece. Same mods, like I said before. Now, you might say, your base damage is less, it's 26. It is, but I haven't procced Barrett's yet. The minute I proc Barrett's, now look at my base damage, 29.3. And here's the thing, I'm pulsing all the time. So I'm getting 2,000 more, or almost 2,000 more base damage without taking in any extra damage at all. Which is why I'm saying to use Barrett's instead of Reckless. You might think Reckless is better, but you would be wrong. Barrett's is the way to go, guys. So, I guess I'll talk about my weapons. First one, lightweight M4, 23% enemy armor damage. Base damage is 26.4, but again, you saw it's it's 29.8 when I proc Barrett's. Responsive, deadly, and competent. Same talents on my MP5. Extended magazine with crit chance and crit damage because I don't need any more rate of fire. Optics, crit chance first, crit damage and headshot damage, the trifecta. Same thing with my suppressor, except I have a little bit of stability because this thing's a bitch to control. And I have a stability grip with crit damage and reload speed. And again, because I don't care about DPS, and if I'm not hitting my target, as I said in my video on how to mod your weapons, it doesn't matter what you do if you're not hitting your target. You might as well have some kind of control. Okay, my Navy MP5 could be slightly better, but great top tier base damage. Again, responsive, deadly, competent. And now I'm stacking crit damage. So mag size with crit damage and rate of fire. And again, I said before, I sometimes take this off and put crit chance and crit damage on it. The rate of fire doesn't make that big of a difference, but again, I'm playing around with it right now. Optics, this time is crit damage first, then crit chance and headshot damage, the trifecta. Same thing with my loud vent break, crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance. And then a crit damage grip with stability and reload speed. Stability is great, don't really care, reload speed's awesome. So again, we go back, Barrett's chest piece, rolled for firearms, has health on it. I wish it had skill haste, but unfortunately it doesn't. I do plan on getting one day. And 2 firearms mods with health. And this is referred to as the Frankenstein build because I have 3 different classified pieces. Now, I know a lot of people are running a refreshed mask or tenacious mask or so forth. In my opinion, the damage loss because of the higher main stat does not offset any of those talents. So, 3 different classified pieces. Why? Because I want to make sure that my skull gloves work with 16% bonus damage. So I have a final measure mask, roll for firearms with skill power. I could roll this for crit chance, but again, don't have a lot of electronics as it is in skill power. And again, firearms mod with health. Lone Star knee pads, roll for health, roll for firearms. The only thing that kind of sucks on this is increased kill XP, but again, I'll live, and well, damage elites too. I'm sure I've got another one somewhere. I just haven't revisited this to change it up. In fact, I might have one right there. Well, maybe slightly better. Anyway. And again, firearms mods with health and first aid self-heal. So first aid self-heal on everything, and firearms mods with health on everything. And a quick guy holster, crit chance on this. Could have skill haste, could have health, but I rolled the two main stats, firearms and electronics. And again, I haven't really done anything with this build since I made it a week or so ago, but it seems to be working well. Skull gloves, roll for firearms, SMG damage, crit chance, crit damage. With an SMG being my main weapon, if I was going to trade anything off, it would be crit chance for skill haste, not crit damage. Because again, I'm trying to stack crit damage. I've already got a ton of crit chance, and I'll show you that in a minute. And specialized backpack, also roll for firearms with health. Bleed resistance, because I do not need ammo capacity on both pieces. It's just overkill. And firearms mods with health with first aid and self-heal. I'll go over to my character sheet. So I have almost 9,900 firearms. I can get it up there if I wanted to, but this is where it sits right now. Base crit chance is 35.5%. Crit damage is 117%. Again, we talked about weapon damage. The base weapon damage is going to go up a lot every time I pop a pulse, which is often, especially right before an engagement. I have 0 skill haste, so I have to run in a team. I need somebody to heal me. And I have decent health, 214,000. Armor mitigation is okay, but again, if you're concerned about armor mitigation at this point, you're not focusing on the right thing as far as I'm concerned. As soon as they took armor kind of out of the equation, I don't ever throw a piece of gear away just because it has low armor if it has every other stat that I need. Obviously with 1.8 in the optimization station, every single piece is going to be great eventually, whether you have the funds to do it or not right away, but eventually you'll be able to god roll everything. Alright, so once again, 456,000 DPS. My base damage on my MP5 is 26, but it's really, in my opinion, just wait for it to proc. This is really my base stats, 29.3, because I'm popping pulse all the time. All the time. My DPS is 515, I don't care. What I care about, now see, even when the DPS goes down because, competent ran out, what I care about is that base damage. And this thing hits hard. As you can see, lots of crits. What is it? 66,000 to the body. 95,000 to the head with an MP5. That's redonkulous. It is just smashing NPCs. And I'll smash players too if I get them in my sights and I can get some potato aim off. If I manage to hit them, believe me, they're going down. So anyway, guys, once again, this is, in my opinion, at least for 1.7.1, until the new classified gear sets come out and we see what they can do, this is the strongest build in the game. Call it a Frankenstein build, call it a Hexo build, call it whatever you want. This is the strongest build in the game, by far, in my opinion. So guys, that's it. Oh, I'm having a hard time facing you. Ah. Alright, so there you go, guys. That's my build. I hope I've answered all your questions. Oh, I'll go over my talents real quick because I know I'm going to get asked that. So, pulse, booster shot. Usually run this. Sometimes I run tactical link. Talents. Adrenaline for the constant healing. Critical save. Strike back. And on the move. These are all essential in my eyes. Definitely the way to go. Remember that you can use steady hands if you're really having a hard time steadying that lightweight M4 or the LVOA or whatever other weapon you're using. You can do that if you don't want to put stability mods on, especially if you're running a bullfrog, because you don't want to reduce the damage by putting stability on. So definitely if you're using a bullfrog and PvP or PvE especially, use steady hands. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Dark Zone's going to be on fire tonight because the exotics are dropping like candy. So get in there when the getting's good, and I'll see you in the Dark Zone. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.